So we never understood why do we need a black person to have his paza. Understand until it was too late. Understand. It's just like okay, because it's not like it's cool. Back na my shop, like it's cool. Back na my shop was good to die fish and chips, nan. And that's a black chain. Like the whole block is owned by black people and it's black businesses. We understand. And it's a support that from exeni breakfast, lunch, morning you spike us, you bad. So we moved from that mindset to a mindset whereby it's just bigger umuntu as an opponent would say you logo in symbols.
Today I'm not going alone, obviously, like every other day. I'm working with my nigga, my boy, my nigga from Soweto. He's gonna tell us everything about himself. My nigga Ketungwenya, he's the founder and CEO of Black Market Network, which I think is the most fascinating company that I've ever heard of. How are you doing, my nigga?
I'm not now I'm forgetting pressure. Maybe it's fascinating, it's slow. Maybe I understand that.
I think really just to dive straight into it, why did you start Black Market Network?
Oh, so first thing, okay, njoba vele bese introduce my brother. My name is Katlego Mashiya. Obviously abangaziyo bangicabanga ngokhetsi engithola khetsa polo. And then what I do basically I do music, I do PR engithola. So the Black Market Network I think is the PR side of me. Engithola singangeneleli deep engithola. So the Black Market Network basically it's a company that exists it's just ukuthi but then ukuthi ibe eyintweni ingene kahle emthethweni ingene ngo-2021 no 2020 yes seyakhola ngane yami. But then ngo-2020 the Black Market Network, it's a public relations company, and then obviously we specialize in tailor-made public relations services. So siza abantu ukuthi ba understand abantu, sebenza ngabantu engithola. So that's it. And then but
why did you start it?
Why did I start the Black Market Network? So first thing, what is the Black Market Network? To break down the word is the black for obvious Nyazi, not to be racist reasons, I'll just say it's black, and then market, that means it's the market means us communicating value around each other, and then which also it takes us back to the network, you understand? So basically the Black Market Network is a company that's based to empower black people. We understand, and you're just straight. It's to empower black people and then to start to encourage you ukuthi sonke as ama businesses wabantu abamnyama sihlanganeni and create a value yethu, like create our own economy that engeke khona ukuthi penetrate ezinye izinto. You understand? That means if mhlambe for example I'm making a makota and then gift can start to ayenza ama cheese, and then my other friend aqala ukwenza ama balloon, and then my other friend aqala ukwenza amazambane, then my other friend is baking the isinkwa. You understand? So now that we're talking like konke umuntu ya benefit. You understand? A type of like decentralized black economy.
I hear a lot of black in your sentences. Why only black? Why are you separating white people? And if would you ever include a white person in your business model or your business?
No, my business, we work together. It's just the black to be specific because of that's the main people that in around Bourne. So I don't understand white problems. So you understand that this business was derived because when you start a business, you are addressing a problem, you are addressing a need. So Boni need amongst the people that I was living with, which was the black people. So I won't say it's something that's racist based, but then I think it's something that's was inspired by my environment and my upbringing. Yeah.
Okay. So if you get any help from any white person, would you take it?
Yeah, it's not even help. We do businesses with like white people. We do businesses with white people. They are open. I love the fact that they've created, like they've formalized business as a trade, like bartering has been there. But as a worldwide industry, we have to attribute that or give credit, give the white people credit for that, because they are the people that were brave enough to and go explore the world and find isn't this interesting and share them amongst the world. So that's why I'm saying saying, it's the black market network, not that it's against the white people, but to empower black people. Not good, it's a hate thing there. It's just good. I just feel like even though the white people have created that system, the black people need to adapt. Good, not squads. You understand that too. For us as black people, if things are come to my example again, and then when we was going manufacture cheese, and then I have other 4 people amongst my community who are balancing that system. That's a network of us empowering each other, because it's long sent il pome lokshin il buele lokshin le empower my family wase lokshin. You understand? So it's not the matter. So it's not the matter of excluding Amantaba, but then if you get to check out how we're living, it isn't this purchase we purchase isn't Ozabelong. You understand that that's out of our economy. Like, you don't mind to pay 100 and something for a burger, but then if things 100 and something, you complain. But then you don't understand, if we start to eat some 100 and something, as black people, we have created a standard that the couple randing so that's the main moral, I think, behind the system of like empowering us as black people, the black market network.
That's very dope. A lot of time when you talk about black people, there's an image of the township that comes to mind. What do you think the township has that township people don't acknowledge?
The township, it has people. That's what it has. Wow. It's just that which type of people are in that township, you understand? Because it's something else, in fact, you understand? Imagine if the township, for example, Soweto was central, maybe about 10,000 doctors, and instead like a central like place for doctors. Wouldn't that be dope? Do you think don't you think So I think it's just the human capacity that we are bringing into our economy. It's not to push South Africa forward. So that's why hence the black market, it's yet not to take away anything from the black culture, but to try and also guti ilentuzan.
Sure. So yeah, you were telling us that there's value in the township ngabantu.
Yeah. Oh, sorry bafethu. Iyazikhatha that ngikancane man. Ngisikisa sicela nje ukuxolisa. Ngithola ngixolisela umfethu. Ngiyazi man naye yangishintshisela umsebenzi. Nami ngisemsebenzini. Ngifuna ngithola izinto zami esikoleni. Yeah, it's not really much, ngithola. So basically it's just a belief that people can, like, if we all become better people, then we can create a better society. I don't believe we should have a society that's better for the people. The people should create their own better society.
Which leads me to a question. If you think human capital is the most valuable asset of the township, how do we get human capital? How do we get humans to be at their best abilities?
Okay, first, I don't believe that human capital is for only townships. Yeah, like I don't want to okay. I believe human capital for us all. You understand? For us all. When I say us all, if I had to narrow it down for us, as in Kulumeli company, as for us black people, my melanin brothers and sisters, you understand, to say we can become better. It's simple to become better. You learn. It's nothing much. If everything is like that. Your first thing, from your talking, it comes from learning. You didn't come out of your mother's womb, but then you saw people doing, and then you started to do. You understand? It's unfortunate the good Sabanya Bantu they were deaf. That's like an imperished young child. That's something, that's a conditioning. But then I'm sure that they can see and communicate to young child by abona, even my actions. Young child, look hamba, you saw people walking. Young child. I saw this weird article, not the last, but there's this other country. The people, they're still walking like animals, like Masabangezans and Nyao, young child. And to think of a whole community of Abantabamba Ranjalo, because they are only remote from the whole world. Young understand that they think that's the right way of doing things. So that shows you the power of mentality, the way Ugwenza.
Learning. Do you think learning needs to come natural, or there's something the government or the community needs to do in order to ensure that everybody learns?
Learning is natural. That one I don't think it's not anyone's power. It's not anyone's thing. Learning is just learning is everything. Everything we're learning. You understand? And then as we are learning as people, I think it's what we are exposed to that counts. Because if you see, for example, if people that grow up in violent places mostly results into being violent people, because that's what they see often, isn't it right? You understand? And then when umuntu okhule endaweni grand kungaliwa with no violence, when you ubona lo muntu lo alo, uya nami ngakubona ungali uya understand that he might even go to a point whereby he wants to trigger you into becoming violent. And then now you want by all means to calm it down, go to be peaceful. So you understand that there's just that yin and yang of information.
Too much. But in my own perspective,
Sure,
learning has
man.
different types of phases. There's experiential learning, which we're experiencing. There's learning in Yokbala, there's learning. So I don't know all types of learning, but don't you think, or do you think, Uguti, there is specific type of learning, like career-wise, do you think the government needs to be involved in terms of skills development in that sense?
Yeah, obviously. In that sense, obviously, it goes back to say good obvious. Job angishinto exposed to go yoga cool. You understand that, like if the government could create that environment, it was you good for first thing before you can become ufuna ukufunda, you want to aspire, ufuna ukuba. You understand. So leon to is very important. Good if uzohlala ku society whereby kunabo mechanic aba successful. You understand, you'll want to be a mechanic. You understand. If you corner a soccer player successful, you want to be a soccer player. Young tola musician. I believe that's what drives us mostly. You understand, but it's based on what we are exposed to, on which level, because the level counts. Young tola, if the government is going to say, like for example, what the Black Market Network is trying to do is to also organize disorganize lentuzan business or what you call businesses, just to formalize informal businesses, just to put it simple. You understand that, because those are trades too. We understand that, like abo pizza, those people they are guarding our cars. That's a service. You understand that? Imagine if we can have a company that can be able to such brothers of ours and then formalize them. But if they have to have a unique uniform, they don't need to wear suits or wear my overall. They can even create a new scent just to create an industry and empower something utaki that has created industry being emhlabeni. I don't believe ukuthi khona industry abantu emhlabeni abakwazi ukuthi abama bagade imoto ba yangithola abanye they even doing car washes there. Yangithola, like that's something abantu abakwazi ukuyenza. Empower them with that, because that's what we are good in. We understand, because if manje uzofuna ukungilethela into engayazi uzongixaka ukugcina.
Do you think ukuthi ekasi, especially on townships, there's a possibility where we can see empowerment without the involvement of the government, or we need the government for development?
Like that one is like this, as we can do it without the government. It's a personal choice to do anything. It's a personal choice. Even yabona ezinye izinto uyazi, it's circumstances yangithola. Yeah, uthokuthi vele, but then uyazi you can always get better. That's what I always say to people. You can always get better, mfethu. So if ufuna ukuba ne six pack, you are gym. Simple. It's not like that. So I believe it's up to us. If we can start to treat each other, treat each other better, love each other, respect each other's businesses, empower each other. Singaxekani, singalwi, yangithola, singabheki omunye umuntu otone drug problem, si address siyenze ngathi nyawupi right, yangithola. We need to be empowering our brothers, going back to there, understand, and helping each other, like still sharpen steel. Understand, and not to go to because you are still, then you start to stab people.
What is the 3 practical ways you're seeing the township building infrastructure alone without the involvement of the government?
First thing is we need to think, because as in they don't require money. We can always do like it's been proven. Recycle abantu bakizindlu ngamabhodlela. Ngothumela ama-RDP mfethu. We can just claim land with our municipality and then do something innovative. Singasebenzisa izitina zakudala to build a simple thing efana njenge-library. You understand that we can always come together. You understand, and think of if we can only think. And think is based on what? Improvement. Think based on becoming better. That's basically my thing. And
that's one.
That's one. And then number 2, I think it's like being able to see clean. Like when I say clean out, like to be able to get rid of the toxic traits of ilogish. I won't go into deep details. That we are not, but then says endorser. You understand? I always say ukuthi isigebengu isitha. iphoyisa isitha kabosigebengu. You understand? As much as iphoyisa lenza into right, but isigebengu siletha isinkwa. But then as a family we end up admiring leso sigebengu because it's doing that positive change. So I think if the positive change can be done initially, so that's number 2. Hotman la mangithola ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi as a community is clean out of our toxic things. Ngithola ukwazi ukuthi okay yabona lento yokuphuza every weekend. I believe ukuthi if in leyo mali mhlambe singayihlanganisa ngithola or half of it ukuthi sihlezi like it's funny, we can go ask abantu bama-tavern ukuthi bayenza malini, you'll be shocked. You understand? Just half of that money could be basically contributor towards maybe, for example, building a new garage so that good to no petrol way to young tola something like that, or developing young tola isn't in young tola says good to maybe says in the supermarkets, and then abantu bayakwazi ukuthi ba stock bathengise supermarkets, we start to generate income. So that's number 2, young tola, just cleaning the toxic things and replacing them with like positive frame of mind. Yes, and then number 3, I think it's happiness, getting rid of like the depression. I understand that. That's number 3 out there. And that's it's not really, it doesn't sound economic. Doesn't sound economic. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, ngabusiyekile sicede.
Yeah, I think senza kanjani siyaqhubeka.
Yeah, siqhubeka.
Okay, akuna stress ade bafethu with 2.
So yeah, giving us the third reason.
Yeah. So the third reason was for us to be happy. You understand? I believe, and I think I know it sounds weird. Go say why an entrepreneur.
So you think happiness was gonna help us build infrastructure?
Yes, happiness, like it's to be able to be at peace and think clearly. You understand? Like if you can be able to think clearly, man, I will always emphasize that. So if it is always good to see, so as good okay, packet that's infrastructure. A park is an infrastructure. Sibe happy ukuthi sine park senze izinto ezipositive eparkini yethu se sizoyidevelop slowly but surely sizodlala ibhola da izogcina ithoyi sizoyenzela iplan ukuthi ibe nama grandstand. Lezi zinto sihlale sizibona zenzakala, but it's just ukuthi imvela kancane. You understand? Abantu meba happy, they come together to do great stuff. So trust me, a happy society, that's what I believe in. So, to build our infrastructure.
All right, before we pose the question, I'm
the page.
It's like the grand.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
My question, my next question.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks better. Okay, even the aesthetic. My next question is directed to the unemployment rate of South Africa. It's at its highest. Do you think, number 1, it's real? Number 2, how do you see South Africa solving its unemployment problem if it's real?
Yeah, I think it's real, but it's real. It's real psychological. And so abantu can I don't think we are trying enough as to empower ourselves to drive that black market and so to become a network. And so we don't really need to work for a company. That's why it's called company. So you need a company. We need to be together and start to rethink of new ways of. That's how it all started. In fact, it started like this. They start to see ukuthi angeke sikwazi ukuthi sihlangane mhlambe yangithola sifame yangithola space inyane esikhona la ikasi yangithola, and then started writing sesibhayise lamanye amakasi akwazi ukuthi okay ifane silahle sintswemba sicala alethe inyama ngayi employ abantu abobhuti yangithola abobhuti basekasi yangithola. It doesn't really, I don't think ukuthi we really need ukuthi ama company abehoti siyi3 kanje must push us, make sure ukuthi I'm helping my 2 friends yangithola to earn isinkwa. We are all earning isinkwa C3. I believe that's an empowerment enough yangithola. So I believe it's not really in that sense which we are not coming together to help each other ukuthi at least yangithola sipushe bafethu yangithola. So I believe ukuthi singapusha much more better if we can just come together. Young understand, and as people to actually understand that it's all up to us. You are a business on your own, young understand. When you start to involve another business, you are doing business for them.
That's dope. Do you see South Africa ever coming to that point?
Yes.
How?
It's gone about face. Like this thing is a factor which is gone. So the reason why I'm seeing it becoming that, because I can see that evolution is happening, but now it's the unity now to see so, because sometimes I think we take this as a huge thing, like say hey South Africa, when it's like ekhaya. My two cousins abangasebenzi ngaba empower kanjani, young understand, and then young solo next door yenze kanjalo. That's a community. When the whole community does it, that's a young soul. When that's a country. Yeah.
From somebody who's watching this who doesn't have anything to offer, like obvious unemployed, bank account at zero, what is the starting point?
Uthandan. First thing, because of into or ithanda first thing, like uzokwazi uyibekezelele. Young understand, uzokwazi ukuthi through thick and thin or young sola. So if uzothanda ipi, yes.
Business
one time you understand that. No, if it's on the PI, it's like dog, you can do something if you can't just go to like tavern and try to do tavern entertainment, for example.
Wow, that's the
young understand. The tavern at your pan, don't come on to any P. Young so no more time like do things around the things that you love. If you say start a podcast, start a TikTok page and I'm a point on it when so tell my point and let TikTok pay you for that. You understand? Like I believe in that. So if talk, it's a big world. Believe me, you talk. I am fit to like a town your pass could take it all and if we enter 150 a day, that means we enter maybe mali angazi nabantu angafuni ukusho abasebenza kweyiphi identozani industry. They make that much a day. So if uzoyenza like 150 per day, usikateke ibhola nje moving around. Yangithola nini nothola magiga 40. Yangithola usiteke ibhola. Yangithola if ukona yangithola that's love.
Wow, that's dope. Skills development. Do you think ekasi akhona ma support structure for skills development? And if not, how do you see ekasi starting to develop them?
Akhona mara ayawa. Thanks akhona mara yenza span. Because manje it's not like they are not developing skills. They are developing skills to which level? You understand? Like you can't say ukuthi develop umboyisa ukuthi ngizojiva my competition in every year or ngizohlala idisk on the same tournament every year. Uyangithola do the same thing over and over again. No. Growth. So ama infrastructure wethu aleka growth, aleka ilentuzana improvement. Yangithola they don't improve. They are still doing the same thing. So nabantu bayakhathala mfethu. That's why izibhasi cineziyeka awu ndoda wangentindokhaya ngcono ngivanywe. Yangithola that's what yangithola like ugcine yangithola because so jayelazi noma ngizoya la. But imagine like if you look at other countries, they improve mfethu. Like improve it's something. Improve something encane.
That's super dope. Age. I want to talk about age. What specific age do you think people or a person needs to start being serious about making money?
All their lives. Not make. I don't believe in like there's making money. No. I believe that there's money. And so people should learn to see imali. Njengokugcoka impahla isebenza kanjani. I think money is just to understand having enough for tomorrow. Having enough for tomorrow is always of having enough for today, because tomorrow is going to be a today kusasa. Young understand. So just like that, just pushing that notion, just knowing we want to. So it's a matter of we need to have financial literacy that's amongst ourselves. From an early age. There's no age because if you understand the early age for example, a business person, and then what, and from an early age, I'm learning about how money rolls. kuzoba lula ukuthi ngicala business sustain, because ekugcineni business it's all about that capital. And so that's what empowers us. So that's why ngithi imali ikhona, because without money, that's how you say define a rich person and a poor person. So understanding money is what's going to differentiate you from being poor or rich.
That's super dope. Since we're talking about money, what comes to mind is amakula. We're seeing amakula at every corner every corner of the township, and obviously all our money is going to them. So when in your own perspective, amakula, is it okay for the township to have amakula, or is it something that is detrimental to the economy of Ekasi?
I look at it two ways, young Todd. If we were saying good, you are maintaining Ekasi culture, then yeah, I think in the about good to see foreign nationals run businesses, it's totally wrong. It's wrong. Like I don't, young Todd. Not to say, but then nabomele bayenze business in my country no bese baletha gitsa ngithi bangayenzi la. Lethe kumele senze business la. Yeah, ngithola. So I believe in that exchange. So it goes back to that thing bengikhuluma ngawo, which was the exchange, going back to ngithola ukushare. Ngithola, so I believe nabo bekumele kube bayenzela abantu bangakubo nathi sikwazi ukuyenzela abantu bangakithi, because if bayenzela abantu bangakithi abubana bayasivalela. Because lami le puzzle lezi zisezi puzzle zethu. But at the same time, that brings me back to my second point. It goes back to say, with maybe Nazi as a country, we are supposed to be at another level of producing our own products. Ngalendlela with no more as good to take a cooling, but still support to take. I understand. Because one thing, manje, I think enzakala ukuthi sithenge emakuleni yangithola imali ethu iyahamba asiyazi ukuthi iphelile laphi.
That's very dope. What do you think we did wrong as the township? Ukuthi sigcine siku-point where sinamakula and we want to be involved in the economy, but sisithola ukuthi it's difficult for you to just own a spaza and thrive.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a matter of kuti as kasi khona abantu abayaba wrong. It's just a matter of njoba bengishile knowledge. And so we never understood why do we need a black person to have a spaza. Young understand until it was too late. Young understand. It's just like because it's not like it's cool. Back na my shop ekas. Like it's cool ekas back na my shop. Was good to fish and chips nan. And that's a black chain. Like the whole block is owned by black people and it's black businesses. We young understand. And it's a support that from exeni breakfast, lunch, udada, morning you spike us, you bad. So we moved from that mindset to a mindset whereby sesibheka umuntu as an opponent ukuthi hey yo lo kuninsimvusa. You understand, whereby sibheka ukuthi if lo muntu uvukile and then there's -1 person uyangithola ekasi ongekho grand, lo muntu grand, we need to celebrate abantu abagrand and mostly learn from them. If we only learned sahlala phansi, how can we make more black chains?
So what do you think, what can we do to get back to those days?
It's organization. It goes back to that question we spoke about earlier on. You understand, having a happy society. Sichabule. Sikwazi ukuthi sikayane because it's sharing, it's knowledge. That's what amakula mosawenza. Ikuthi amakula. Ngeke ukuthi amakula ama-China mahawadwa because yenziwa abantu abayi-one abane understanding eyi-one. Why thina singakwazi ukuthi siyenze leyo nto leyo? Basibe happy because ba happy bona.
Yeah, that's I want to close it with I would say a signature question that I'm going to ask each and every guest ozokalayo la.
Yeah.
What's your dream of South Africa and how do you see it come into action?
I think my dream, I've been saying it again and again and again throughout this podcast. My dream is to see a South Africa, a happy, and ngeke sithi soba happy sasenenhlupheko, ngeke sithi soba happy sabulalana, ngeke sithi soba happy saphila under incindezi, ngeke sithi soba happy saseno government corrupt. Ngazibala zizekushona ilanga njoba selishona kushuthi kuze kushona amanye amalanga amabhaya. But basically it's just to say with us as people mfethu, ngithola my dream, I think I would see that dream, happy South Africa. Not to say which will have it all, but sibe happy nje. Uthi mongene guys wonke umuntu happy. So noma sishonele siyazi ukuthi sibhetha like umuntu akashonanga wasishiya nemithwalo, ushone wasishiya usakhile. Yeah, ngithola. So yeah, I think it's like that. That's my
man.
dream. Happy South
man.
Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before I close it off, what question did you think I didn't ask you?
I think a question you didn't ask me is am I happy? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, ngithola. Yeah, because I can't narrate. I mean, I'm at peace. Yeah, ngithola, I am happy. Yeah, ngithola, angazi, I don't have it all yet. Yeah, ngithola, and there will never be all. Yeah, ngithola, because angeke ngithenge umhlaba. Yeah, ngithola. So ekugcineni it's a matter of which I'm happy to see a better brother. Mangibhekile kanje ngibona izinto ezinhle. And ngiyakwazi uyazi now you my nigga. Masihlezi I'm always umqondo wethu is driving ngiyangithola to push a positive narrative. To be happy, we're always happy. Now we are but we are happy, and I believe that's that. Because if I got you and you got me, and we are happy, we see a better tomorrow, and we one day will touch it. It will be there. Yeah, so if we are happy, we have achieved almost 90% of the job. And then the rest is just us, just ngithola senze into happily. Ngithola ama energies mase exchange. Yonke izoba positive. Like hot man ngicela ulento ngisupport ngebusiness lami or neclub lami lebhola inspire abantwana abancane nabo ba happy lapho bakhona. Babona umalumo happy, ucoach happy. Ngithola ama fans are happy. Akwazi ukuthenga amatikiti azobukela ibhola because I happy. Like konke umuntu if angakhona ukuthi we share this each other as you are as an individual, because happiness is a one-man mission, but then it's something that's for us all. Wow. So thank you, Khotman. Thank you.
Hey guys, this was the first episode of the City Plug podcast. I was sitting with Katlego Mashiya here, the founder and CEO of Black Market Network. This is not the last conversation we're going to be having. Thank you very much if you watched this episode till the end. Obviously, just don't forget to click the subscribe and the notification button so that you can get notified every time we drop a new episode from me and Katlego Mashiya.
Yeah, sure, Mafethu.
Sanibona, Mafethu.